dealing with his ankle day to day, so we'll see. We'll reevaluate him next week. Otherwise, we're good to go with everybody else. So Eccles, JFM, Zach, they're all full participants.
How has Zach looked in practice?
He looks good. You know, he's getting comfortable standing behind an offensive line again. So excited for him to get his op on Sunday.
You have to do things Sunday to try to help him along, because obviously he's going to be rusty. It's been a while since he's played.
I don't know about helping necessarily. I think Mike does a really good job creating game plans, and whatever we feel we need to do to attack Pittsburgh, that's what we'll do.
How can just like Zach returning kind of create a spark for this team moving forward?
I don't know about spark. It's obviously it's an exciting time for everyone, but Zach is a piece of the puzzle. There's a lot of things that we need to fix offensively, defensively, and special teams, and that's our focus more than anything. And hopefully we can all raise the level of our games and make it a smooth transition.
So how do you keep him from trying to do too much on Sunday?
It's just keep the main thing. Like I've said, it's not the Catalina wine mixer. Just go in, have fun. He's been playing the game since he was a little kid, and play the game and execute the game plan exactly the way he's been doing it through practice.
Based on what you saw before Zach was hurt, what do you think the potential is for the pairing of him and Garrett? You know, what could that look like? You know, in the real game?
Yeah, I think just for the entire offense, it's got potential to be special. You know, we've got there's 7 first and second year players taking reps, playing at any one time. So 7 of the 11 players on the field at one time are between first and second year players, and so they're growing together. So just the opportunity for them to grow together and click together has the potential to be pretty fun to watch.
I'm sure you saw last night the Tua injury and the hit. What is your guys' not policy, but what is your procedures when a player goes down and it looks obviously like something bad happened and you just don't know yet? Like, I guess take me through, like, when a player, you think he might have a head injury, he goes back with the trainer, like, what is that policy and steps?
That's going to be more for the docs to ask. I know that as soon as you show signs, I don't know the exact procedure. I know there's a pretty intense procedure though with regards to player safety, and I know it's called up from above where they'll call players off just in case somebody missed it, which happens. You know, they're always looking at replays from my understanding. There's a lot to it. I don't want to misspeak, but I do know that the league does everything it can, and they've been exhausting every resource they can to try to increase player safety with regards to head injuries, from the guardian caps to the advancement in helmets to the rules to all the different spotters on tape. I think they've done an admirable job. And so it's I think it's pretty intense. So but that would be more of a question for a doc.
Robert, you talked about the third down defense being kind of you felt like that was the main problem with the defense last week. Are there things you can do to address that in practice, or is that just kind of attention to detail on those downs?
Yeah, we added another third down period over the course of the week, just trying to make sure that we're precise in what we're asking offensively and defensively. But you know, it comes down to execution, and it comes down to putting the players in the right position to execute. So coaches and players alike, and got faith that it'll come around. Some of the mistakes that are happening are obviously very fixable. And just again, looking forward to trying to get right here with that situation.
You faced some good backs already this year in Cleveland. You mixed them last week. What does Najee bring to the table?
Another warrior. He's a bulldog, runs his butt off, patient, strong, fast, big. He's pretty freaking good. So it never stops. I mean, next week we're going to deal with another guy, and the week after, and the week after. So, but Najee and that entire AFC North, it just seems like it's back after back after back. So excited for the opportunity to play him, and ready for a challenge.
What else stands out about the Steelers' offense to you?
Big skill guys. They do things offensively that stress you, run and pass, put you in a lot of run-pass conflicts. Good O-line. Trubisky, like I've said, I agree with Coach Tomlin. I think he's getting better every week. Big backs, big tight ends. They're an NFL outfit, and there's a reason why they've gone how many years without a losing record. I mean, they're pretty freaking good, and it's going to be a challenge for the defense.
You talked a little to Jeff about this yesterday. Is that, you know, the Steelers are kind of one of the teams that has the veteran quarterback who they've committed to as their starter in Trubisky, but they also have the first round pick behind them. I think anytime you have an offense that's struggling statistically like there's going to be the talk of like when and if the quarterback switch is going to change. So as a team that's preparing for that, do you have to spend a little more time with a scouting report on the backup than if you, like when you were playing the Bengals and their backup quarterback, like to just be prepared in case they do make a switch?
You're always prepared for everybody, right? You get our scouting department does a great job with advanced scouting and just kind of giving you a rundown of the players that are on their football team, and but at the same time you've got a game plan for who you see and who you're going to see. If that person happens to come in, we'll have the quick rundown, give the quick alerts, and then we go play football. Yeah, that'd be about the gist of it.
There was a lot of attention yesterday to one of Jeff's, something Jeff said about Quinn. You know, he sometimes can be gasping for air. And do you want to clarify what he was getting at with that? Because some people took it to mean he's not in shape. I mean, how would you interpret what Jeff was trying to get across there?
Quinn is in the best shape of his life. I'm not going to get into the detail of what happened yesterday. Obviously, a quote, in my opinion, was taken and used against Jeff when we all know where Jeff's heart is. He had spent 15 minutes prior to that question showering Q with praise. So it's Quinn. We have our rotations. We do things the way we do them. Quinn's in phenomenal shape, and it's kind of bush league to take a one-liner, but it is what it is. So, but we all know where Jeff's heart is, and so no harm, no foul.
Minka Fitzpatrick is off to a really fast start. What have you noticed about him, both in film and all that stuff, and preparing for him? What are you going to do?
With Minka?
Yeah.
Phenomenal football player, very instinctive. Not necessarily, he won't necessarily, he's not undisciplined in any sense of the imagination, but he just, sometimes he's not going to do his job because he knows where the play's going, so he's going to do a little bit more, if that will, like he is an instinctual, he's a badass, let's put it that way. So it's going to be a great challenge for the offense.
Robert, more just back to the Ulbrich thing for a second. It kind of took a life on social media. Your players are of an age where they live on social media a lot. Did you have to go make sure Quinnen was okay? Because he might have just seen the piece of the quote you're talking about, and I'm sure he's not watching the entire press conference.
No, it's whatever it was. If he did or didn't, it doesn't matter. That one's going to be whatever we had to address will be in house. But Quinnen also knows where Jeff's heart is, so I doubt he took any offense to it.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Oh.
Sure, sorry.
That's the most important part of this press conference, then. We're recognizing Transit Tech High School in Brooklyn, New York. They're playing their first ever game on Sunday, which I think is pretty cool. Last week we had them out at the stadium, presented them with new uniforms and all that cool stuff, so we want to wish them luck in their first game. Go kick butt.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.